The actions performed in this video are only to be attempted under medical supervision. Fasting can be extremely dangerous if not done correctly, and in some cases may result in organ failure and death. Please consult a medical professional and do your own research before attempting any form of prolonged fasting. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, September 2nd. It is just shy of 10 p.m. right now, and we are on day 17 of our 20-day water/dry fast. I only have 3 days left, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm literally counting down the days until I can eat, which will be Sunday. So really excited about that. It's also Labor Day on Monday, so we have a 3-day weekend, which is really nice. So I thought I was really gonna just get Sunday to relax and be able to eat and unwind and kind of enjoy food again, but turns out I have Sunday and Monday to do that, so that'll be really cool. And then obviously we're back to our regular intermittent fasting schedule on Tuesday. So like I said, I'm gonna wait until probably Friday or Saturday to film our how to break a fast video. It was so long ago, I don't remember what it tastes like. I do remember that I went with watermelon. That was the first taste that I had after a month and a half, and it was really good. I just remember it being like the best piece of watermelon I could ever eat. So I'm excited to see if that effect is just as good after 20 days, or if maybe I won't really see as big a difference and it'll just be great but not like life-changing. So we'll see. 3 more days. So before we get into the video today, let's go ahead and do our 17th weigh-in. So today we're at 154. So today I just kind of wanted to talk about what led me to my first extended water fast, you know, where my head was at, what my life looked like at the time, and I kind of just want to talk about my experience a little bit. So this was back in 2018. I'm going to show a picture on the screen right now. That is the photo that I took during my internship. I was a financial representative for a few months back in early 2018, and we needed to get a LinkedIn profile, and everyone dressed up when they, I mean, we have to dress up every day, but everyone knew it was picture day, and they had a photographer come and take all of our pictures and send it to us so that we could use it as our LinkedIn profile. And that was the picture that I took. I believe this was in late January or early February. And I believe I was about 270 plus, maybe 275 pounds in that picture. So that's definitely the heaviest weight that I remember myself ever being, low 270s. I don't remember ever stepping on a scale and seeing anything higher than that. So I've reached that point a few times over the course of my life. I've always managed to make it down and then managed to make it back up again. So that wasn't the first time I was at that highest point. I usually is that point, I suppose, that something switches in my head. I'm like, okay, our weight's getting way out of control. We have to do something. Let's go on another diet. Let's try a different exercise routine. You know, let's switch things up. Obviously, anything that we're doing isn't working. And I just remember seeing this video online, and I can't show it because they took it off of YouTube, but the YouTuber, his name is Pro Gamer J, and he did a 28-day water fast. I think he lost close to 50 pounds. And I just remember seeing that video and thinking, wow, this is incredible. Like, I can't believe he lost almost 50 pounds in like a month and he didn't even have to do anything. What is this idea of water fasting? Like, what does it mean? And it wasn't the first time I'd ever thought about water fasting. I had done like 2 days before, 3 days before, but never made it farther past that point. And it was really just kind of like a quick weight loss scheme that I had thought of. I didn't know there was any benefit to it. I didn't know what it did to you or how it worked. I just kind of knew if I went a few days without eating, I'd probably drop a few pounds, and then maybe it'll kickstart my diet or clean me, or it'll be some kind of like 3-day cleanse, I guess, is kind of how I thought of it. I didn't really think too much of it at the time, but I watched this video and he gave a lot of good information in there, kind of talking about what water fasting was, his experience with it, you know, how his month looked like when he was water fasting. It just opened my eyes to this idea of, instead of trying to diet, let's just stop eating altogether. You'll lose weight much faster. It's actually better for you. So the first time I tried to do an extended water fast after this picture, which was mid-February, I believe February 22nd, if I read the date stamps on the pictures correctly. And I did try to do, I think I wanted to do like 60 days, and I got to like 8 my first time. I remember it being kind of not fun at all. This, like I said, I wasn't healthy at the time. I wasn't really on any kind of strict diet or exercise plan, and putting my body through a water fast and forcing myself to detox like that was kind of a head spin. So I didn't have a great time with it at first. I didn't experience a lot of benefits. I just remember feeling kind of tired and sluggish all the time. I remember it was really hard to sleep. Like, my dreams were really vivid in the beginning before I got you know, more adapted to it. So I finished at 8 days. I ended up losing about 25 pounds in just those 8 days. First weigh-in was about 270. At the end of the fast, I weighed in at about 245, so a good 25 pounds down in just a little over a week. So I was pretty inspired by that. I did really try at that point to learn more about fasting and trying to see if I could push the boundaries a bit more. Like, 8 days is great, but you know, as soon as the 8 days is over, I've still got all this weight to lose. Like, how can I get myself to do further than 8 days? I don't want to be stuck in a diet for forever. This was so fast. This was so efficient. There's got to be a way to make this last longer. And so I read that fasting is much easier when your body has less to clean. So a lot of the side effects you feel are detox symptoms, meaning there's a lot of buildup in your body, things that are kind of blocking your system, and fasting will help to clear those out, but it takes a little bit of energy, and you're obviously working through all of that junk that's in you, and it doesn't make you feel great when you're doing that. And so those detox symptoms were quite heavy when I did that 8-day fast. I remember after that, I just went on maybe a Whole30 diet, I guess you would call it. I just remember I cut out processed carbs and added sugar. And I'm pretty sure that's the only 2 things that I did. So I would just read the label, and if it had, you know, processed carbohydrates, I couldn't have it. So, you know, I could only have wheat bread, no pasta, I could have rice. Just kind of cut out most of the processed carbs and sugar, added sugar out of my diet. And I was able to maintain that weight for a while. So obviously right after the fast, I probably jumped up like 10 pounds. And then over the course of the next few months, I was able to lose that 10 pounds and kind of make a nice even 230, I believe. So I dropped the 10 pounds that I gained right after the fast, and then another 10 pounds over the course of maybe the next 5 months. I don't remember how long I was going to wait before I started the fast, but I just remember that there was just a moment where I think I skipped breakfast, or I skipped breakfast and lunch one day, and I just thought, you know, let's just start today. And I just stuck with it. I remember the first few days going a lot easier than the 8-day fast, because I'd eaten so clean for so long, and I lost a little bit of weight on my own. I was feeling a lot better, and I just remember, especially past those first 7 days, every day is pretty much the same. if this were day, 17, if this were day 37, I feel like I would feel the exact same way. A lot of people think like, oh, once you skip a meal, you're just gonna get hungrier and hungrier until you eat. But that's obviously not the case. Your body will eventually reach a point where it's just accepted that you're going to be living off fat for a while. It'll kind of allow you to ride that out until you get to any kind of dangerous point where you're running out of fat, at which point your body will obviously start to shut down and you'll feel it, you'll wake up, and it'll just be so obvious that you are way past your limits here and you need to eat something and you need to drink something. So like I said, when it comes to this, especially prolonged fasting, you really, really, really have to be safe. You have to consult your doctor. You have to do tests. You have to make sure that you're monitoring yourself as closely as possible, because anything can happen. And you might have a pre-existing condition or an underlying medical condition that you just don't know about. And that's why it's always important to consult your doctor about these things first before you're in a situation that you can't get out of. We're doing this for our health and nothing else. We're doing it to live a healthier lifestyle. We want to prolong our lives. Anything that's going to jeopardize that, please don't do it. Yeah, essentially that's pretty much what was in my head. I'd reached that point after that picture that I have to do something. Everything that I've tried isn't working. And hey, I remember when I went on that 3-day fast, that wasn't so bad. Maybe I can try that. And I just kind of took like a seed and it just grew way out of control. Even over the course of the fast, I learned a lot about healthier eating. I watched like I said, you guys, I'm obsessed with food when I'm fasting. It doesn't tempt me, but I do like being around it. Like I could have a plate of food in front of me right now, and it's hard to describe. It's not, I wouldn't be overly tempted to take a bite. Like I've gotten so used to not eating that like it's not like an impulse to me, but I just enjoy the smell and the sight of it so much that like I'll still want to be around it, knowing that I would enjoy it if I were eating it, but not necessarily having the impulse to eat it. It's kind of complicated, but and I wouldn't recommend it if you're a little bit more sensitive to temptation, but I do surround myself with food when I'm fasting. It's a weird quirk of mine, but I've always done that. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit today about my first experience. It just takes a little nudge in the right direction, and for me it just was such an eye-opener, living my whole life trying all of these different things, and the answer was right in front of me all along, and as soon as I took it, I just ran with it, and here I am today, over 100 pounds down. I think we're at close to 120 pounds down since our highest weight in 2018. And I couldn't be more happy with how I got here. I wish I would have figured this out sooner. If I knew this when I was younger, I would have lost weight a long time ago. I would have saved myself a lot of trouble, a lot of heartache. And I'm just glad I was able to figure it out when I did. It changed my life when I did. And I really want to share my story with as many people as possible, just to show you guys that it is possible. I think I'm going to wrap up the video here, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you again tomorrow with another video.